What's up, Sagittarius? This is Jesse with 44 Astro with a general tarot reading for the full moon coming up on November 27th. This is going to be a full moon in Gemini. It's going to be at 4 degrees 51 seconds Gemini. It's going to be at 4:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it will be in the 6th mansion of the moon. I'll put a picture of it up. I've had videos with the 6th mansion before. It's one of Gemini's mansions. It's about the give and the take. It's about making friendships, things like this. You can read about it. I'll have the image up. This is the card that came out for you. Fiery climax approaches. Also for Sagittarius Ascendant, we're talking 6th or 7th house. So this moon is going to be touching three malefic planets, the three malefic planets, Pluto, Mars, and Saturn. It's going to be square Saturn. It's going to be trine Pluto, and it's going to be opposite Mars, but it's also going to be opposite the sun. So this could be really intense, like angry feelings or just intense energy in general. It feels like a heavy weight, especially with Saturn touching it squared. So, and it could be hard in communication. Communication could be tough between a lot of people because this moon's in Gemini, which is all about communication. I mean, for you, like I said, 6th or 7th house, so that could be the house of your spouse, 7th house, or your one-on-one relationship. So communication could be tough in one-on-one relationship. It's only going to last a few days. Really, the 27th, you'll feel it the heaviest, or we'll feel it the heaviest, and then you might feel it a little bit on the right before and a little bit right after. 6th house is personal health, and with Pluto touching as a trine, you may really want to transform your personal health. So that could be definitely part of it. You may have intense feelings about your personal health. So just be aware of that. The energy will be kind of heavy. And with it opposite the sun too, it could be these heavy, rough feelings being brought out into the world. So just be aware of that. The more aware and conscious of it you are, the less likely it is to really influence you, which is really good. It's good to know about it. And with that said, Sagittarius, we're going to get you a reading. I myself have a lot of Sagittarius in my natal chart. I have a stellium that goes from Scorpio all the way down into Sag. My ascendant is Sag. My moon is Sag. My Uranus is Sag. My Mercury is Sag. And it's also the base of my kite in my chart. But one of these days maybe. Depends if I ever get to the point to where it's worth really investing in making videos and astrology in the channel. The algorithm is kind of giving up on me, but it is what it is. I've had 4 subs in the past 2 months, so it's pretty brutal. We'll see if we can get it back on track, but if we can't, we gave it a shot, right? We're in that 95% of the YouTube channels that didn't make it, and it's okay. I'm not gonna let it beat me down. I mean, I'm not giving up just yet, but it takes a lot of time to make these videos and have a lot of other things to do. This is more of a labor of love than anything. Trying to get information out there for people. I'll probably still do it. It'll just be a whole lot slower and a whole lot more time in between because I'll be working on other things. But a fiery climax approaches. That was with the moon card that you got, Sagittarius. This may play a role. It may not. But we'll look at it anyway. We'll have it there. Could be worried about something. Something could be reaching a point ahead. In holiday season, right? Could be a lot of stress this time of year. This is the question of the current situation, right? You have the 5 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, and the 6 of Pentacles. So this is, about giving for the holidays. Your question could have a lot to do with about giving during the holidays, right? Resting during the holidays. Taking time off. People want to take time off and spend it with their family during the holidays. And the whole give and take of the holidays, which, is Christmas. That's what it's all about, right? You want to give and you want to receive both because you want that pattern to be in your life, You want to show the universe. You don't want to refuse gifts. Don't ever refuse gifts because then you're refusing someone else's ability to bless you and to bless themselves by being able to give. So you want to do both if you can. Your question seems to be around that aspect of it, the give and the take, whether you should just kind of stay to yourself, and not participate in the whole Christmas thing because maybe you look at it as a material thing, and it is. But there's more to it. It's also about spending time with people that you love and showing them that you love them in a specific way. And, your own sacrifice during this type of year, giving of yourself, just like the earth gives up all, in the wintertime, it gives up all of its leaves. The trees give up all of its leaves. It gives up, a lot. It sacrifices so that it can be reborn. And that's what the time of year is all about, especially in the time of Scorpio, specifically what Scorpio is about. This card is here too. So there may be some kind of like argument or squabbling or situation that either you're trying to avoid or that you're asking about or that happened and you're trying to kind of like retreat from it. Could be with family members, could be at work, could be just friends. That type of thing could be on social media too. I don't really see the Hierophant. There's a lot of court cards for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 court cards in here, and I imagine there's gonna be more. So yeah, this has to do with like the people you're gonna be around during the holidays, like Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's what it looks like. It's like air signs, water signs, fire signs. I mean, it's all of it here. Right here is 3 court cards. These could be the individuals that you're, in competition with in some way. It could be family members. It could be, maybe that's the thing. Like, you don't want to go around your family members and like maybe some of them are like flaunting what they have and what they do and all this other stuff. And you're like, I just don't want to be involved in that. And some people are like that, right? People can be really proud. Pride is a commonality in human existence, sadly. I can definitely be prideful. I know I can be. With the Knight of Swords, it's moving forward in communication or some new idea or thought. But it could be a person as well. The Knights are generally moving energy. These two, the King and the Queen, that's probably people. It could be a water sign and an air sign. Doesn't have to be male or female. Just kind of in your sphere of influence. And this is their communication towards you. Could be your parents. Could be your brothers and sisters. Could be uncles and aunts, that type of thing. And like they're like, come spend time for the holidays. And you're like, I don't know if I want to. Whether I should, because then I got to get into the whole give and take. And then there's some people there I might not want to see. Yeah, that type of thing. Because we're not going to like everybody in our family. We're not like everybody, that's brought around us during that time of year. But we do our best, right? Okay, so some Sagittarius could be on this path, some on this path. Some could experience both. Some may have already experienced it. Some may experience it in the future. It may not resonate for some, and if that's the case, watch your other signs. Because every Sag is going to be different while you're here. Sun, Moon, Rising, Jupiter in Sagittarius, a bunch of aspects on it, stellium in Sagittarius. Anything that makes it powerful in your chart, it could have you here for whatever reason. And with that being said, keep an open mind because it's a general reading. This could be another path. This is either feeling stuck or having a new perspective. But in this case, with that 2 of Pentacles being there like that, with the topsy-turvy change, you may be feeling stuck in a situation in this path. And this could definitely be Sag, King of Wands, male or female. You may be feeling stuck financially. You're looking for a financial change, and you're feeling kind of stuck, and that may be keeping you from, going and visiting family stuff on holidays. But don't let that hold you back. It's less about, you give what you can, but it's not even about that. It's more about giving of yourself, like being there for people. Show them that you love them. Just being there would probably make people really happy. More than anything, most people don't really care so much. I believe that a lot of people do attach to the material, but I think when it really breaks down to it, people probably care more about experiences and who you're experiencing it with. Like the material aspect can spice it up and make it, this or that in some way, but realistically, it's just who you're experiencing it with. So it's good to be around your family and friends if you can be. The advice is saying, don't worry. Don't worry. And if someone wants to give, let them give. Don't refuse the cup that's giving, right? That's balance. You don't want to mess up the balance of give and take in your life. You don't. You want that flowing. You want the give and the take flowing. Always. I see a penny on the ground. I don't care if it's on heads or tails. I ain't superstitious. I'm picking it up and putting it in my pocket. That pattern of the universe, I want them to know I like money coming to me. I don't care how it comes to me. I'm grabbing it. I'm taking it. It's going to be mine. That's a pattern that I'm developing. And everything in our world, in existence, as far as we can tell, is fractal, which is patterns on different scales, right? So know that everything is in patterns and things happen in patterns. You want to create the patterns that you want in your life. So whatever you can give, give. And whatever you can receive, like if you feel like, I can't give to you, so don't give to me. Don't take that blessing away from them. Let them give, accept, because that's their blessing, And it's also telling the universe that you like to receive, right? Don't focus on the negative aspect of anything. Try to stay positive, understanding that the give and the take is good, regardless of what your role in it is or has to be. My camera is being really finicky today, right? And that's the balance. That's the justice. That gives everyone justice, you and them, right? Don't take that away from them. and do what you can for yourself as well. Give for sure if you can, right? The outcome has the Strength, the King of Cups, and the Devil. It's an interesting combination for the outcome. There's some water sign, unless you're cusp, it could be you, unless you're cusp Scorpio or have water in your chart, that you may feel chained to in some way. Or a situation that you may feel chained to in some way. But it's saying have strength. It's saying you have the strength to overcome it. You have great strength. And if this is you, it's saying that you have great strength, a great emotional strength to get out of whatever this is, whatever you're feeling chained to. I mean, some of us could be feeling chained to the holidays, to like the tradition, right? It's like you're feeling chained to the freaking tradition. It's some kind of fiery climax approaches, is what it says. So somebody that you're going to be around is going to stimulate this, and it may be a water sign, right? Someone is going to bring something out in you. Some kind of communication's coming in, and it's going to bring things to a head, and you're going to be like, okay. And Sagittarius are fiery, right? You bring it out, you bring some drama out from a Sag. I mean, Sags get over it really quickly, but in the moment, they're going to be quick to anger, and they're going to, it's likely somebody gets smacked. So you got to be careful, or somebody gets told. Sagittarius has foot and mouth disease. I know, because I am heavily Sagittarius. So I can just, you bring it out of me, I'm going to be like, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to tell you what I think's the truth, and it ain't going to be good, necessarily. I'll try to break it down truthfully and honestly without trying to be pejorative, but it's not always going to come out that way. As I'm saying, you're feeling stuck in the give and take, right? Indolence on top of the Six of Pentacles. And you feel like, it's just best to rest and stay back from all of it because you don't want to, get in that situation. And because maybe you don't want to go around a bunch of people and socialize for whatever reason, or these specific people, like your family probably, because you feel like there's going to be some kind of fiery climax that approaches, and you're like, screw that, some kind of communication in some way, or some kind of falling out. Maybe it's other family members that you're going to be around that had this falling out, and then you're going to be there and kind of get drug into it, kind of thing. And on the Five of Swords, which could be arguments that you win. Maybe you find pleasure in those arguments that you win. I do. I like to debate and banter, and I'm heavy Sag, but I also have a really strong Mercury. Touching Uranus and the moon, so it's like my inner world is like shocked with like new ideas, and I have a real good connection to my inner world and to the other side type thing. It's like having a psychic antenna on your head when you have all those touching like that on your ascendant, and ascendant is self. And so I like to learn, I like to teach all that. I believe Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the sign of teaching. Some kind of completion coming here. Change. Okay. If there's any kind of worry about money, there's going to be a change that comes in. So like on the Knight of Swords, so it could be a person, right? But it also could be a communication coming in. This communication is about something finishing or something being done in some way, or something that's bringing in like a change on this other. And this could be coming from these two individuals. Queen of Cups and the Knight of Swords. It could be like your parents. Like I say, it could be I guess it could even be your children, right? But at the same time, it feels like it's people around you. It's emotional and mental energy for sure. And there's and this should end whatever this worry is. There's a change happening. It could be specifically in money, but this is a harmonious change. This is like a good change, or a change that happens pretty smoothly, and it should stop the worry. Some kind of message comes in that takes the worry away. It's the completion of your worry. The change brings completion to the worry. So that's good. So some kind of message is going to come in. It's going to be good. Sagittarius are lucky by nature. So it may be like if you are worried about money or something, or the give and take of the season, because you need to be able to maintain for yourself, there's going to be some kind of gift that like helps you maybe in some way. Or right there, those two cards. So I'd be open to that, and don't refuse, because like I said, don't refuse anybody's blessing. So something may just come in to like make it easier on you. But saying a fiery climax approaches, so something in this social situation. There's a lot of court cards. Like I said, you got another court card. Queen of Discs on the Hangman. I think this is saying that you're not really feeling stuck. It's just your progress is moving a little slower at this time, because the discs, they're meticulous, and they move slowly, but it gets done correctly. And when it's complete or when it gets there, it's successful and it's basically hard to break it ever. It's never going to fail just because they got backups on the backups. You know, that's a good thing about earth signs. They're very prepared, especially in material aspects of things. So, you know, the high priestess, it could be secrets, right? But it really is like in wisdom. It's like wisdom, and it's like wisdom from the other side. It's like dreamy energy, right? It's bringing in a change in you in some way because it's on the Two of Pentacles. And maybe right now, whatever this energy is that's coming in, it's got you all like, whoa, man, I'm not really ready for this. The energies come when they come. There's no doubt about it. And this has got you like, whoa, it's got you considering great change, like an ending to something. And that's on the King of Wands, so it could definitely be Sag. So whatever this energy that comes in, whatever the secret is that you learn, or whatever this intuition that's coming through, is going to have you contemplating a major change. And you got change over here too. I mean, these are two different paths, and over here, you know, and it could be a secret that's told to you by this individual, an Earth sign or an Aries, because there is a ram there, right? So it's hard to say. Come on, there you go. I have to get another camera. This camera's jacking up. It looks like there's some kind of worry here, but it should be coming to an end. I mean, the holiday season's stressful. You have to buy for a bunch of people. Some people that you barely talk to or see half the time. You're like, well, you know, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. But it's good to give. It can only benefit you. And like, don't refuse anybody else's gifts. Like, if you feel like because you didn't buy for them or you couldn't for some reason, don't refuse their gift. Let them give. That is a blessing. That can be your gift in and of itself to them. Is accepting, because it's going to help you both. You know, it's just the cycles, the patterns, the cycles and the patterns, the ritual in our existence, in our experience. You want the pattern to repeat. You want the give and the take constantly coming. I mean, that's how you stay in flow of getting, of receiving, but also of being able to have enough to give, staying in that pattern. So yeah, some kind of idea or thought coming in that's keeping you focusing on the negative. I wouldn't focus on that too much. On justice, it's like work hard. You know, that's the balance. You have to work hard for the balance of the give and the take. Like, don't feel stuck. Got the Hangman again. Don't feel stuck, or gain a new perspective on the aspect of giving and taking. Like, let people give to you. You don't only, and if you're a person that's like, oh well, I'm doing better for them by just giving and not receiving. That's not the way to do it. You want to be able to let them give to you, and it could be something like that. It could be individuals around you that are like, they want to give to you, and you're like, oh man, you know, I know you aren't in the best, you know, financial situation or whatever, and so you're like, don't give for me so you can save money, you can give more to children or whatever. No, you still want to give them the ability to give to you as well. They need to be in that flow, and so do you. It's important. So, you know, try to look at it differently if you can. And there should be some kind of message or idea that comes in that helps you do that. That's what it's looking like here. It should end that worry. But again, there's some kind of climax, and whatever this climax is, it could be it could be like that message, and it helps you get over it. Some kind of major thing that occurs, or some kind of major conversation or interaction that you have, you know, that changes your whole idea of the holiday, right? Or that the people that you're going to be around. And you're like, okay, you know, I can be around them. Maybe they gossiped about you, a family member or something like that. You're like, I don't want to be around that person. I don't want to give to that person. But then you hear something else, and it's like, okay, well, maybe I should, you know, maybe I can. Maybe they didn't mean it. They said this, and they didn't know all the facts, that kind of thing. Anything like that. There could be that kind of stuff. And it looks like a water sign. It looks like a Cancer. Maybe you have Cancer in your chart, but it's looking like a Cancer, because here's the Knight of Cups, and there's a King of Cups down here. And this is a Cancer card. It's on strength. The message could be coming from a Cancer, like I said, but you could also have Cancer in your chart. You could be trying to be more emotionally stable. All right, camera, you're really getting on my nerves today. Well, let's focus on all these cards before it goes out, I guess. You have wealth on that King of Cups. So this King of Cups, you could have Scorpio in your chart, like me. There's a lot of wealth on that. So if that is you, it's a lot of wealth coming your way, right? And on the Devil, like whatever this thing is you felt chained to, it's coming down. Like, it's done. Because the Tower is like burning things to the ground, sudden change, lightning bolt destroying it. So whatever you feel, the chains are about to be destroyed. Whatever it is that you're feeling chained to, and if it's financial, that you're feeling financially strained, money's coming in. Because I feel like this King of Cups is you, and if it's not, this King of Cups is coming to bring you a gift of money in some way. And it could be a Cancer. Cancers are very loving, motherly type energy because that's what they represent, the mother, the moon. So they may be giving to you in some way. You may get some kind of amazing gift. But if you have Cancer in your chart, it's probably you. There's some kind of major money coming in to bail you out through all of this. So even if you don't have as much right now because you have to, your bills and stuff, and you also have to buy a bunch of gifts. You're Sagittarius. You're lucky by nature. So am I. I'm lucky by nature. I just am. Things seem to work out for me. Even when they get really dim, it just seems to work out. Something occurs in some way, and it works out. I imagine all you Sagittariuses can relate. It's just what it is. Jupiter, man. It's our planet. It represents luck. It represents great guidance. And you got wealth on it. So I think you're going to get bailed out in some way. I think it's going to, whatever you give is coming back tenfold. I think it's going to be all good. This climax has to happen though first. Like you're going to have to get brought to this point where it's like, but then it's like, and you're just doing it anyway. Or I'm like, screw this. I'm done with it. And you walk away, whatever the situation is. It could be with family, could be friends, just could be at a job financially. I mean, it looks like it's probably financially is the worry here, the give and take. And you're like, these people don't ever give to me, but like I'm supposed to give to them, or like, they treat me, they gossip behind my back, or they treated me like crap, and I'm supposed to give to them. It's like, screw that. But I say do it anyway. And then like, because just be the bigger individual in the situation, because it's going to come back to you tenfold. All right, Sag, that's all I have. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. I'm not sure it even helps, but I think it helps the algorithm, and it would mean a lot to me if you did, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Either way, I'm just glad you're here. And with that being said, I wish you happy holidays, and